Gang, 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 gang.
Are we hot?
What's up, boy?
Are we hot?
Hotter than my dad.
We got to start doing. Wait, what?
Your dad? I don't know.
We have to start like doing a countdown, like the silent countdown.
I asked if you were ready.
The 3, 2, 1. Here we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We
Welcome to another episode of the I Don't Know Bro podcast.
I don't know what I was about to say.
I don't know. I was gonna go with it.
Yeah.
And then you stopped.
And then I stopped. So we have Walter back in the building.
Yeah, man.
How you doing?
Walter Tilley.
How you doing, bud?
Tilley.
Go ahead.
So the weather.
Oh no.
I feel like I had to keep it going.
No.
It's hot as hell.
I am freezing right now.
Yeah, because you got it,
I have not turned my air on in 3 days. Like,
really?
I just left it. It's like set at like 74. But it's been so chilly like the last few days.
Yeah. It's not chilly outside right now, though. It's probably as hot as chili. Like at a chili cook-off. I want to join one of those.
I want to go
fun.
to one and just drink beer and eat chili. That
and
sounds
just
like a
eat
great
chili
time.
and drink
That's
chili.
gonna hurt your stomach.
You know what, dude?
Chili.
I can like double fist some Taco Bell and not even have a problem. So I don't know.
Bro, I love Taco Bell,
I cannot
bro.
eat Taco Bell.
I love Taco Bell.
It does not
It's
agree
great.
with me.
Gets the best Mexican food.
How dare you?
You know how many people?
How dare you?
Do you know how many people go get mad at that statement?
You know what's really stupid though is when I was working for Chili's, I guess I'll just say it, but whatever. Whenever I was working there, I remember hearing somebody like literally at a booth in my restaurant. They were like, "Oh my God, I love Chili's because of their authentic Mexican food."
Wow.
I almost backhanded her. I was like,
"What is wrong with you?
Why would you like?"
But see, I like Chili's though.
We do,
sure.
but it's still not authentic.
Yeah,
Mexican
I mean,
food.
it's garbage.
That's
but
like saying Taco Bell is authentic, and it's not.
True.
not even close. Like, there's no such thing as an authentic Mexican egg roll. Like,
Right.
those two
Bro,
things
that
do not
is so
go
true.
Anyway, so before we really get into today's topic, I just want to like take a second to just like, I don't even know how to do this because the whole hashtag thoughts and prayers thing.
Okay.
But like, it's been kind of on my heart and head pretty heavy the last couple of days. All the people that are dealing with COVID-19
Okay.
and not doing great
At all.
I mean, now we both have family members and friends who
Correct.
are positive, and it just sucks.
There's been a new case in Kerrville.
Yeah, there's 3 now.
Yeah, there's 3 in Kerrville.
That's crazy, man.
And the third case is extremely interesting because the guy is actually A positive. Not A positive.
Asymptomatic.
Asymptomatic, which means he's not showing any symptoms at all. He just happened to go get himself tested. And
Yeah, the company that he worked for, apparently, he had been out of the county a bunch. And so they were like, yeah, just go get your shit checked.
Yeah, so when he got tested, came back positive that he does have the virus, but he's not showing any symptoms. But he can still spread the virus.
Yeah, and that's what's dangerous.
That's
is
what's
he
so
could
scary.
Just spread it to everybody,
Right.
just like that.
Because it's elderly people really stand no chance again. Infants, babies don't stand a chance.
And now they're saying adults in their 20s or 30s are
yeah,
passing away of it.
yeah,
Especially like people who are overweight.
yeah.
And I'm in that category.
And I'm in that category.
Yeah.
We all
you
are.
know
that, and
Let's be real.
if you have pre-existing like respiratory issues,
right. And if you're ugly,
You know, which kind of made me sad today. My mom called me and she was like, "Hey, you can come over if you want." And I was like, "I'm just kind of gonna not do that right now, just because, like, my grandfather, he's in his 80s
and he's amazing.
He's a wonderful man,
Yeah.
absolutely wonderful man, and I don't want to be the reason why he dies. Like,
Oh,
he's already got
Did
like,
you have to say that?
I mean, that's the truth of it.
But that's actually a smart way to think.
Yeah,
Because you
Yeah.
see so many people out and about just acting like nothing's wrong.
yeah,
Right.
And he already has like this pre-existing condition. I can't remember what it's called, but it's mostly due to like smoking and stuff.
Oh, from smoking.
COPD, I think, is what it is.
Okay.
And I don't I'm working with the public still. Like,
Right.
definitely
So
at
am
a
I,
reduced capacity, but like, I'm not gonna be the reason why he croaks. Like that.
Right.
That would kill me.
But let's think about this. Y'all and me all work in public areas, so all of us could be asymptomatic
And
and
don't even know it.
don't even know it.
Right.
So that's why they're telling people. I read it on the news, heard it on the news, that if you're an essential worker, they want you to stay home in case you are asymptomatic.
Right.
You don't spread it without knowing.
Absolutely.
So today's topic,
Talking about.
and another reason I wanted to have my
Oh yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
I don't think I said that at the beginning.
no, another reason I wanted to have Walter on the show today because he has a lot of experience in video games as well. So we are talking gaming. Shout out to
Oh yeah.
one of my cousins. His name is Jeffrey. Call him Jeff. Little light skinned boy like myself. And
How, is it?
it was one of his
like
suggestions. Actually, no, not quite.
That's too
like
light.
you. Yeah. It was actually one of his suggestions to talk about this as well.
Nice.
Also, another shout out. We have a few more shout out to Aunt April.
Heck
she
yeah.
gave another donation.
Sweet little teeny tiny baby I love so much.
Right.
Oh, wow.
By the
Nice.
way, she's also on fire to see a YouTube channel come up.
Yeah.
So is Jeffrey, and
So
so is everybody
here's the
else that I
thing
talk to.
about that. Now that we are in like a set place, it's easier because we can just show up and do this whenever we
Correct.
want. So it is getting easier. But then we also have Cassidy mentioned today. He was like, "How about some video stuff? I want to do something on my
Right.
iPad." And I'm like, I mean, you're gonna have to do it for free for now. Like, we're not
Right.
making that much money. I mean, we're not really making money
At all.
Yeah, all of this is going to pay for what we're already doing. Plus, like, I'm looking into t-shirts and stuff. But I was like, that's what it is. It's gonna be
A YouTube
some
would be awesome.
pro bono.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Just a YouTube video, start a YouTube video.
Yeah,
along
so
with
it's-
the podcast would be awesome.
So that's coming.
Yeah.
That is coming. And Jeffrey also hit us with a donation. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Heck
we
yeah.
really appreciate it. You guys are the reason this is still going.
And my boy Frank.
Your boy Frank. Okay,
Yeah.
can you slow down and like separate those words? Because I swear it just sounded like you said, "And my boyfriend."
My boy Frank. Oh wow! It does.
Yeah.
My boy.
No, my guy Frank.
I was like,
My friend Frank.
Hunter. There's
April, Frank, and Jeffrey.
we
We just
changing
completely
topics.
changed the subject of this
Yeah,
podcast.
No, this is not that kind of.
So anyway, Hunter, what
Yes, Dad.
would have been growing up?
Mm-hmm.
Because we grew up in the 90s. We were 80s
Ditto.
babies. I was born in the 80s, but I grew up in the 90s. Greatest century. But what was your favorite video game?
So, shouts out to my mom for not ever letting me play video games as a kid.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So I don't know. Like I said last time, I think I brought it up. She didn't want me to have them because I wouldn't go outside. Well, the sun took care of that for me.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't a fan. Like, I don't know. Whenever I hit like 9 or so, like I just didn't want to go outside anymore because there was nothing else to do. Like
Right.
I'd done been playing with rocks for 10 years. So like, but so I would go over to my cousin's house and they would have, they had an old NES and then they had Super Nintendo 64 or whatever.
Okay. NES?
No, I just saying I forgot he's a youngster.
Yeah.
Like you didn't.
Well, I mean,
regular
I
Nintendo,
didn't grow up. Yeah, that's
Super
what
Nintendo.
that was. Nintendo was
but
NES.
You ever play Super Nintendo?
Yeah,
Thank
that's what I just said.
NES
And
was
then
before
64.
Super, though.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and then I played the 64. There was it was mostly like Mario games,
Right.
and then there was one that I'll never ever remember the name of, but like it's a spaceship racing game, and the thing that I
It's
remember,
called F-Zero, sucker.
I don't know specifically the thing that I remember is like there would be parts of the track that were pink. And you
Yeah.
would fly over them, and this bubble would come over you and make you go faster.
Yeah, that's F-Zero.
F-Zero? Okay. I will still ask me that in 20 minutes. Never going to stick.
Yeah, it's F-Zero, which was one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
My uncle actually
Those are fun.
introduced me to that game. My uncle loved it. I loved it. And then there was a part 2, F-Zero X.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing about that one.
So are we talking like what system?
Any system, just your favorite game. What was yours?
Oh man, there's so many. Like for 64, big GoldenEye fan.
Everybody played.
First person-
GoldenEye was hard.
I played GoldenEye on GameCube
No.
at my friend's house, and I actually loved that one.
It was hard.
But it was like the first real first-person shooter.
Right.
I liked all the
Right.
gadgets and stuff.
Like, the 4-way multiplayer on GoldenEye was just awesome.
That just set the tone for everything.
Yeah,
like
like-
once GoldenEye did that, everybody was like, "Yo,
We gotta step our game up.
Yeah,
Yeah, without
pun
GoldenEye, there'd be
intended.
no Call of Duty, no Halo, nothing.
right,
It set the tone. But then you had the WCW versus NWO
bruh."
wrestling.
Don't even
games.
get me start Thunder.
Yeah, I
right.
mean-
Okay, I remember going to another friend's house. So I just blanket statement. Anytime we talk about me playing video games, I'm at a family member or a friend's house.
Okay.
I was playing this one that it was a wrestling one. I don't even remember, but the guy would do like the crotch X.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about?
DX.
DX.
Yeah, sure. But
That could have been.
then I did that motion for the following 5 years nonstop.
Just a constant.
Just crotch X, crotch X.
Yeah, it could have been the WrestleMania game they had.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows? But I mean, it was DX. Everybody knew
Yeah,
that.
everybody
You know.
did it, DX. But then, I was also a big fan of Street Fighter.
Okay.
Okay.
Mortal
I played some
Kombat.
Street Fighter.
I mean, then you can go into Marvel vs. Capcom, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, there's so many different.
What
video
about
games.
Donkey Kong Country?
I did play that.
Dude, I like Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country is probably still my favorite of all times. I
Really?
loved Donkey Kong Country. It had the storyline, it had the action, and it was hard. There was levels that were hard.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never completed that game.
No, it was a hard game to beat.
You know what's another game that's extremely hard to beat that I don't think anybody has ever beaten?
What?
Lion King.
Nope.
The Lion King was so hard to beat, bro.
what
Like,
system were you playing that on?
oh man, what was it?
I think I
Sega?
used to
Sega
have.
Genesis.
Yeah.
I think I used to have a Lion King game for a Game Boy,
Yeah,
Game Boy Color.
yeah.
But like you
That
look
and
at
Batman Beyond.
the games that came out for like the Nintendo, just like Mario and stuff.
Mario.
Then they upped it to the Super Nintendo. Better graphics, better games. You had Mortal Kombat and everything else.
You know who used to whoop my ass in Mortal Kombat? My grandma.
Really?
My nana.
No
yeah.
kidding.
My nana was
tore
like
your ass
vicious.
up.
That's hot.
And she was like heartless too. she didn't give a damn.
love that.
Yeah, she was ruthless on Mortal Kombat.
Like, did you ever play like Twisted Metal?
Bruh,
I don't know what it is by title.
I should throw this pen at you right now.
I might know what it is. Sing it. I'll gurgle it.
Twisted Metal was a nice game. So
Ice cream truck.
you were in an arena, right? And then you had these vehicles that were souped up to do damage to each other, and you're pretty much just ramming each other for as long as you wanted to play.
Oh, okay.
Did you ever see the movie Death Race?
Yes.
That's Twisted Metal.
Okay. Basically,
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't think I ever played it, but I remember seeing it.
But you know what game I could never get into? Zelda.
You couldn't get into Zelda.
There was one
There's
version
like
of
80
it.
of them.
There was
Yeah.
one version of it on Wii that I used to play at a friend's house. That was pretty fun, but I don't. That's the extent of my knowledge on that. Like I couldn't even tell you which one it was.
Zelda was Zelda's one of those slow games.
Mm-hmm.
It was slow.
You have to be into like the whole story. And
The
culture.
whole role playing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, like Walter is. Walter's into the whole role playing thing.
Are you a
Walter?
LARPer?
No.
Are you a LARPer?
No, I am not.
You're not a LARPer?
Would you
No,
like
okay,
to be a
I
LARPer?
have played Dungeons and Dragons like twice.
That's fair.
and
I've heard that it's a lot
and
of
he
fun.
compares it to going out in the middle of a field with a plastic sword and hitting people with it.
No, I said you're not far from LARPing. You created a player. Tell us about your player. The people need to know. Tell me
He
about
was-
the player you
You know,
created.
Zerek's doing it
Barbarian
because he's
warrior.
making fun of you, but I'm genuinely
Like
interested.
he was a barbarian warrior. Like I was playing with some friends of mine. They're like, "You ever play Dungeons and Dragons?" I'm like, "No." It's actually a good way to spend 12 hours of your day.
12 hours.
But we are not in a field throwing fake.
Okay, so how did you
fairy
tell
dust
me
at
your
Screw a
process of
job.
coming up with your character? I want to know.
One of my buddies just started reading off stuff, and I was like, "Okay, that sounds good. I'll be a barbarian warrior."
What was his name?
Kung Pao.
No, it wasn't, you liar.
No, it was.
You had a barbarian named Kong Pao. That is not what you told me at the house. I will call Liz right now.
I will text her. Or Kapu.
No.
Sorry, his name was Kapu. I'm sorry, I got them mixed up. They're Asian names.
Why did you choose an Asian barbarian?
Why not? Because you can use your imagination.
I've never heard of an Asian barbarian.
Exactly. Like
was Attila the Hun not that?
He wasn't a barbarian.
no, he was just savage.
He was more of a.
Sure. I mean, he specialized in rape and pillage, so I figured it's kind of the
The
same
good thing
thing.
about Dungeons and Dragons is okay. I can't believe you can go as far as your imagination will let you,
Okay.
which is actually really cool.
I don't see anything wrong
But
with
I
it.
am not in a field throwing fairy dust at people, hitting them with the
Yeah,
fake sword.
you're right.
Fairy
You're in
dust?
somebody's basement yelling, "Mom, meatloaf."
No, actually, we were at a table drinking Jameson and Coke, playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I don't believe this. In a basement.
No, there is really no basements in Kerrville.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. He dug one out just so y'all could play Dungeons and Dragons.
But I mean, it was a fun game.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun. To be honest with you, I think I'd get into it.
You would, knowing you and you like all that stuff, you'd get into it.
So
It's,
I feel like the way that for me to actually be into that whole scenario is I've seen like tables where they had little villages like built,
Right.
but then they were straight up like filling it with what's the dry ice, like
Yeah.
smoke and stuff, and it looked cool. Like
Yeah.
that.
Did he have a
sounds
table or a board?
Like, we
Tell
had
me
a-
about this.
Because I've also heard of people playing Dungeons and Dragons and they literally just all have like a journal that they mark stuff down.
it was pretty
Like,
much, we had a piece of paper, we marked stuff down. He made a map.
Is that your foot? Whose foot is this?
That's mine. That's weird.
That's weird.
He
playing
made a,
tootsies under my table.
he made a map, and then on a whiteboard, that would be showing how we traveled and the battles. And
Did
stuff
you
like
own land?
that. You can, and this certain one we didn't. We were just a bunch of people traveling and fighting things. and-
Okay. And there's somebody that writes out a story, correct?
Yeah, like the dungeon master spends 2 days just coming up with the complete story. And
Now, so
if
you have
pick
his
this
story,
way,
right?
You pick this way, what happens?
Oh, so it's kind of like Zelda in real life.
It's a choose your own adventure game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can choose to either save a village from a dragon or go burn it down with the dragon.
So you walk up, he says, Walter the Barbarian is walking up to.
Kapupu the barbarian.
Yeah, Kapupu the Barbarian walks up to the field of justice.
I mean, it's not quite.
And
like
so
that.
from there, you choose your next. Does he hand
No,
out a
it's
card?
like-
and
no.
Well, you have to roll dice. Be like, if
You
you
roll
roll,
dice?
if you roll a 1, you make it across the field of justice. If you roll a 49 out or whatever, they got a billion dice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
You're
chance
dead.
game, and it's like,
So if you roll a 6, you get raped by a chihuahua.
I mean, I don't know about that, but in
If
a
it's
lot
a
of
rule,
a lot of people just do it off of just on the spot, make up the story.
Okay.
They have the world they live in, but it's
Did
on
y'all
the
have a
spot.
name for y'all's world?
Yeah, but I can't remember it. I really
Come
can't.
on.
I really can't. But it's actually a pretty cool, fun game.
I think it'll be cool and fun. That's why I'm trying to, ask you more about this.
you definitely have to do it with the right people.
Yeah,
And there has to be the proper amount of alcohol involved.
I couldn't be the dungeon master, whatever, but I can go and play it because it's fun.
You don't think you'd make a good dungeon master?
No, you would though.
I think I could. I think I could come up with some good stories.
Like-
What does a
here's-
dungeon master do?
They're in charge of the story. They make up the story. They decide on the adventures and stuff like that.
Ew.
But I'm saying I'm not down at entertainment on a Friday night playing it.
I don't see the problem with that. I mean, if it's keeping you out of trouble, that's
is
why
a
I don't
good
understand. There's kids that do that. They spend their whole time playing Magic and stuff,
Which is good.
and it's there's worse things that kid could be doing.
Oh,
than,
definitely.
Yeah,
like
they could be
know.
breaking into your house.
School shootings,
Right.
or unibombing.
Yeah,
Which it's good for them to have it.
right.
But I'm just saying the 2 times I played it was actually pretty fun.
Okay.
I feel like there's nerd culture and then there's mainstream nerd culture.
right.
Like Magic playing D&D, that's nerd at the core, true
Right.
nerd culture.
but then
And-
you go
and then-
to
but for whatever reason, that's the thing that people make fun of so much.
But,
Like,
right.
Are you gonna call me a nerd if I go to Comic-Con?
No, because
Well-
I love Comic-Con.
it's like a cool thing to be a nerd now, but
right.
Yeah, I would love to go to the San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I will forever be fascinated by costumes and things that people put so much time and effort into. That would be the reason why I went.
Right.
Or maybe to see a panel with the Marvel people on it.
I'm 100% going to the next Comic-Con.
Like, it would be awesome. And you're right. It's cool to see how much, because I can't sew to save my life. And these people spent just days making their costume that looks so real.
Yeah. I
It's
can't
pretty
believe I'm
amazing.
32 and I haven't been to a Comic-Con. Like, as much of a geek as I am.
You better believe it.
That's weird.
I mean, and they have San Antonio Comic-Con, Austin Comic-Con.
Right. That's the one
Have
I
you
want to
been
go
to
to.
any of those either?
No, that's the crazy
Yeah.
part.
Not like we don't have to go to California to go to one.
Right.
I guess like just because I didn't grow up doing any of that stuff, like I just never really was interested in it.
Like, what did you do growing up?
Mostly ate dirt and cried and like got bullied and
Well,
stuff.
like, I don't know. I grew up reading comics and playing video games.
And
going
robbing
out-
mailmen.
I rode my bike a lot.
Oh, wow.
Okay, there's a story here.
I'm sorry that came out. That just kind of slipped out. I didnn't mean for
You
that
want
to
something
come
to slip out too?
Yeah, go ahead. Let everybody know what happened.
Not my. Okay.
Oh, I'm talking about someone burning down a church.
That did not happen.
Are we talking about things that could incriminate either one of you? Because that's not.
Okay. First of all, it wasn't a church anymore.
Anymore.
Okay,
It
that's
was.
still fair.
That's okay.
Was it abandoned?
My aunt and uncle listen to this podcast.
Still a house of God.
So
Was it
no,
abandoned?
it was abandoned.
Okay.
But
So
it was
no,
still a house of
heck
God.
no. You're not going
Building
to
at
change
that
the
point.
subject. Go ahead and let these people know.
I thought we were talking about video games.
This is part of a video game because you were playing a game when it
You
happened.
know, this is all a simulation. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it fits.
Okay, growing up, we lived in Washington.
Sure.
It was a snowy day. My dad was just not got off work. My mom was in town or something, so he was watching us. Me and my friend were playing cops and robbers.
Okay.
Well, in Washington, it's cold, so we had ski masks on, holes cut out, everything.
Uh-oh.
We robbed a mailman with some fake guns. Like,
Oh.
they were orange. Like, orange guns. Like, we told this mailman all kind of stuff.
What a felony.
No, tell them the main thing you told him.
I don't know. I can't repeat that on the air.
Okay, so he told the mailman, if you don't give us all your mail, we're going to blow your balls off.
I was like 9 and 10.
Oh,
So the
man.
I
mailman...
think, truthfully, I think you're past. What is it? What they call it? The statute of limitations or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, I already went to court
Like-
for this.
Yeah, he
mailman.
got charged
shut
for
up.
Oh,
it.
yeah, the story's not over.
He got
So
charged.
the mailman was just playing off, so we went home. Little do we know, the mailman was a little bitch.
Okay.
He called the cops on us.
Uh-oh.
And
Even though he could clearly see that the guns
Yeah.
were orange.
I was at my house. Cops knock on the door.
Oh, man. Could you imagine your heart dropping? Tell me that moment.
I'm pretty sure I pissed myself. And the cops were like asking me questions. I was like, no, officer, shut the door. Well, like 2 days later, the cops came back. They found out it was me.
Uh-oh.
Well, as soon as this happened, my brother and sister left. I didn't see them for like a week.
The crazy part is, like, what cop decided to go back and investigate this?
Because it's a federal offense.
It is.
With some plastic guns
It
and
don't
some
matter.
kids? Like,
Tampering with U.S. mail or post worker is a federal offense.
but I still would have just been that cop. Like, look, get your kids.
Yeah.
My dad beat me. Oh my God, he beat me. They took away my guns. I couldn't watch TV. My mom was like, oh, yeah, this happened on your watch.
What's life like as a 9-year-old felon?
Yes.
let's
Hard
see.
times.
I had a record until, if I stayed out of trouble until I turned 18, my record got expunged.
Oh, well.
I had like 100 and something hours of community service.
Oh, jeez.
At the age of 9. What were you?
I had
really-
to go to like classes.
They really came at you for this.
It's
Yes.
a federal offense.
Come
God,
on.
friend.
I had to go to
Jeez.
classes because, they thought it would lead to me joining a gang or
Oh,
I was a
man.
violent offender or something.
Yeah.
Cops and robbers got out of hand. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
Like, we had to go to family court in front of a judge.
This
Like,
RPG just got real.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
yeah, it became a whole, like, it was in the newspaper that 2 kids robbed a mailman at gunpoint.
Dang, it make the newspaper?
Yeah, it was like everybody in the apartment complex was like, some of them kept it real. They didn't rat us out. They knew who did it. But we were kids.
That's
you know
the
what I mean?
funniest thing.
That is.
But the mailman was in the
I'll
wrong.
shoot your balls off.
I'll shoot your balls off. So it sounds to me like you have a history for, these games, these
Violent
LARPing
acts.
games.
Oh, no.
It was just cops and robbers got out of hand. I mean,
That's hilarious, bro.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
No one in my family has ever let me live it down.
But like, was your costume sick though?
That's hilarious, bro. Did they take you to juvie?
No, they put us in handcuffs though.
Yeah, you didn't have to go to juvie though.
No, our parents was like, "No, don't put them in juvie." It was it was a whole situation, dude.
That's hilarious. I thought maybe for sure your dad would be like, "No, take him in,
Oh,
sucker."
he beat me. You know my dad.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, I couldn't imagine
Like I
being in that
said,
situation.
More
Like-
railroad spikes, right?
Yeah. Like after the cops came, I turned around. My brother and sister were gone. Just they're like, "We ain't gonna be here for this."
Like ditched. Wow.
Just ditched me.
Wow. Talk about ride or die.
Yeah, they're not in the club anymore.
No, they just bye.
Wow. Anyway, oh snap, that's hilarious. So anyway, back to the actual video game since we're done with this LARPing story.
Nice setup.
Well, getting kind
Uh-oh.
of around the creativity part of it, like seeing what people can come up with, like having been able to watch the evolution of video games from blocks with Atari, like to now I just started playing Call of Duty in 4K, and like the characters have arm hair that's like individual, like you can see
it, yeah.
so much detail.
I remember
And when I shot a guy in the face and part of his face isn't there anymore, like, and then they cut to like those movie clips and there's like a dead person looking straight at you. Like it's startling.
Yeah.
Like as a person, I haven't really like gotten into video games until just now, and I'm 28 years old.
Wow.
And so like seeing kind of those images like in real time reacting to whatever I'm doing, like it is a little triggering.
Yeah.
Like I don't, there was times when I was sitting there, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this, because like I just killed a guy and he's staring right at me, and it's just a little uncomfortable having never done it.
Yeah, like watching the evolution of like Madden,
Bro.
like how Madden's come so
Yes,
far.
I remember like man,
like
I don't remember which Madden it was. I want to say 97, 98. I remember looking at it like, yo, these graphics, bro. Like, look at these graphics. And like everybody was flipping out about the graphics.
Yeah.
Now you go play that same game, you're like, what in the world
see
are
the
these
grass.
blocks?
They just flung sweat. Like
Yeah.
Like I swear the grass grows in it. Like that's how clear
Yeah.
the graphics are.
And 4K, it's like,
But that's with like any evolution of any game, like because I'm a big Mortal Kombat fan. Like you see it from the first one to the one that's out now, and you're just like, man, that is crazy.
it's incredible. Like
I
the
love that.
the artistry behind all of that is amazing.
what I love now though about Mortal Kombat is how they're adding in so many other characters.
Oh heck yeah!
Now you got Jason, you got my favorite one now. They've got Spawn. You know, I'm a
like-
huge Spawn
like
fan.
the Spawn with the
Yes.
cape Spawn.
Yeah,
Wow.
you can
Yes.
download them and play as
And
them.
I'm a huge Spawn fan. So you got him. You already know one of my favorite characters on there. They got two of my favorite characters. Predator and Alien is on there now.
Oh wow! On Mortal Kombat.
On Mortal Kombat, bro. Like,
How many universes do they pull from?
I don't know,
what I'm
just
wondering.
all over the place.
Yeah,
like
just
whoever
like-
they feel like would be a great fighter
Yeah,
in there.
just like Super Smash Brothers, but like
Correct.
not owned by Nintendo.
Super Smash Bros was a huge game as well.
I
It was.
played so many hours of that.
Like yeah, Mortal Kombat just goes with like
Family
fighters, but if
Yeah.
you go with like Marvel vs. Capcom or Street Fighter, you know, you get into the whole world of who would win, Captain America or Ryu from Street Fighter. You know,
Yeah,
they put that game together and just pulled from.
Or Caillou, the little kid with cancer.
I thought Ryu is my favorite Pokemon.
They just pull from all different games and areas and just put them all together and say, well, here you go.
Fight.
I like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah, I know. But bringing up, what'd you bring up? Smash Bros. Bro, Super Smash Bros was an awesome game. It was very fast though.
Yeah.
Like your character, you can easily lose your character in that arena. Like, where's my
yeah.
character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see, and I was a big Mario Kart fan.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm to this day, a Mario Kart fan. Like we go play with my sister, and of course I try to destroy them. I take no mercy.
Like Mario Kart has ended a lot of friendships.
Yeah, yeah,
That's fair.
Like
yeah.
gaming,
Did you ever play Mario Kart?
Uh-huh.
gaming is real life.
What?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, like robbing mailmen.
Like LARPing.
Like some people take gaming so serious.
That if they're in there, they're willing to catch a felony charge over it.
Dude, I've seen people like raging over World of Warcraft, like picking up their keyboard and smashing it into stuff because they're just pissed. What is that like?
And it's crazy because if you go to these forums, you read these stories. There was one kid who was like a complete A student, got a scholarship, an academic scholarship.
Yeah.
And, man, I don't even remember what game it was, but he was so stuck on the game, he failed out of college, not going to classes, anything.
I get it to a certain extent. Like when you spend a lot of hours in something and putting work in for whatever goal you're trying to attain and that gets ruined, that sucks. But like, you still got bills to pay.
But exactly.
Like, you still gotta have a life. If you're not a like
professional gamer, you have to draw the line somewhere.
Right. Yeah, and there's so many ways to make money in gaming now.
Oh, they have gaming competitions all over the world.
You can even get paid to like test.
I think it's crazy that ESPN has finally picked it up as a sport.
Like
they have no choice now.
You know, some colleges are offering classes in gaming, like to sit there and be a game tester. That's what you do in
Shriner College. Shriner has it now.
It's called EA Sports. It's a EA class, like Madden and all those sports games.
It's in the game.
Yeah, you test the games and all that to see if you want to become a video game developer or a game maker.
I just wanted to be the guy that said that.
The only thing I don't like about that, though, is like the people that play EA aren't the people taking these classes. You know what I mean? Like, because you got like pretty much jocks that all play EA. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You don't have like the gamers.
Yeah, the gamers really stick to like
Final Fantasy.
If your blood isn't at least 75% Mountain Dew, you do not qualify for this class.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me smell your breath.
But you know, like
Mountain Dew, drink a bitch.
I showed Walter that video.
Oh my God. I was laughing about it at work the next day.
It's so funny.
Bro.
It's getting so out of hand. Shriner offers a college in like Jedi yoga.
Kill me.
And like Jedi class. Like,
just end me.
You know there's a whole religion built off that.
Yes.
Like a religion so legit that the military recognizes it. The Jedi.
There's another stupid one like that. It's called Pastafarianism.
Really?
What is that?
If you have it, you need to Google it. There's no way for me to like fully explain it.
Pastafari.
Yeah, they're apparently the deity is like a. I'm probably wrong on this part. I remember something about it having like a colander for a head with noodles coming out.
No way.
And I think it's like a crab or something. I don't know. It's really
How
stupid.
do you get that? What do? You go to the state level and say, hey, I created this new god. I drew him with crayons.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Can you imagine telling somebody like, what's your religion? Jedi.
Right.
What?
But and it's a legit thing. Like people worship and like follow the Jedi religion, and I'm like, you do realize like.
Do they worship George Lucas?
I don't know.
I don't. Jar Jar.
But like in the military is accepting it. I'm like, wow, that is weird.
I am so for it, and I feel like most people that I know will vouch for this. Like I'm so down for anybody to let their freak flag fly. Like I will treat you like anybody else. But when this whole like I don't know, tolerance movement where everything has to be accepted and tolerated, no.
Yeah, I'm not going to accept that.
Exactly.
Get out of my face with some of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Like
no, there's a lot of that around, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Star Wars does have some dope video games, though.
Oh, like
I played
Battlefront
Lego
and all of them. Star Wars is legit on their video games.
Wait, there's a Lego one?
Yeah, I did play the Lego Star Wars on DS.
And
it
you can be like Lego Batman, Lego Harry Potter they have.
In the 90s, they had Star Wars X-Wing, Star Wars Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, Squadron.
Mm-hmm. What else?
But Star Wars, I mean, I like Star Wars, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
I just never got into Star Wars.
See, I've never gotten into Star Trek.
Aren't they beefing? Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, you can't be a Star Trek fan, right?
People act like it.
Yeah. It's like Crips and Bloods, but nerdier.
It's like Mary's Tacos versus Rita's.
Oh. Bro, don't even get me started.
Start a stabbing.
Yeah,
we're not even going to bring it up.
Oh, wow. Are
you
that's
a Rita's
like fan?
That's like politics in Kerrville, bro. You're not allowed to talk about that.
Thank you.
I'm hard for Mary's. That was not how I meant to say that. But
Speaking of which, rest in peace, Rita.
Oh yeah, dude, that's so sad.
That is sad. But Mary's Tacos hand down.
You know what's funny though? Like I'm looking at this and
2020 sucks,
bro. 2020, yeah,
For real.
So I'm looking at this and it's talking about Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize? Like, I think half of us learned Roman numerals from Final Fantasy. Like, if you
That's one that I've never played.
you've never played Final
Never.
Fantasy,
I've never met anybody that's beat a Final Fantasy game.
Me either.
Because I guess it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. You just don't beat it. You just keep.
It's just one of those things, yeah.
Or like Skyrim, and people play like Skyrim and all that other role playing. I just can't
There's
get into that.
not quite an ending to it, I guess. It's just like always open ended for another one.
Yeah. Role playing can just get out of hand sometimes.
Yes,
You know, like in Cops and Robbers.
This is probably going to be polarizing, but I have never found like sports video games fun.
Really?
Like,
Serious?
like
I love
playing
'em, bro.
like football or basketball on a video game. No.
I love them. Like, they had some great ones. Like Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl was fire. Blitz. I did love
NFL Blitz
bro.
was nice.
I think the only sport one that I've enjoyed is like Wii bowling.
Wii bowling was, bro, Wii bowling was dope.
Yeah.
But like you don't even like a baseball or a basketball game like 2K?
I never got into baseball.
No, like as a video game, that like my brain just will not compute. Like,
Oh,
it's
I can
just
sit
like,
there and play a baseball, basketball, or football video game all day.
I feel like it just sounds too mindless to me. Like, because there's only so many ways that can go. You know what I mean? Like, you can hit the ball or you can't, or you can
Right.
make the run or you can't.
Not in
And
football.
So like, I appreciate more like a fantasy type thing, like Modern Warfare, and then
Halo.
Halo was a lot of fun. I also really
Did
loved,
Halo have a
like,
storyline?
Kirby.
Halo had a legit story.
He got offended. He got
Like,
offended.
Halo, yes, legit
Yeah.
storyline.
I'm sorry. I
There's
didn't
a
mean to
good
ask that
storyline.
question.
All right, go
I
ahead.
never played the storyline.
You
I've
need
never
to.
known anybody to play the story.
Oh, the storyline,
Like the
great.
campaigns?
The
Yeah.
storyline's great.
On Halo?
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Weren't you watching Red versus Blue?
I love Red versus.
Was it pretty good?
Yes. Have you ever seen it?
I don't think so.
You need to watch it.
It's a Netflix. It's about Halo.
Like they have like characters that look like Halo characters. And
Aren't they
it's just-
kids? No. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
because it's a very inappropriate show.
Oh.
Where
okay.
was
Just
it?
kidding.
Is it a cartoon or
It's a cartoon.
It is a
yeah.
cartoon.
It first started on Adult Swim on the Cartoon Network,
Oh, okay.
Oh wow.
and then like Robot Chicken did.
Okay.
But it just blew up so big.
Yeah.
They just kept making more and more, and now it's on Netflix, and it's just it's funny.
Oh, I'm definitely checking it out.
Like
if it
it's
started
funny.
there.
It's just a great thing to watch if you want something to laugh at.
Okay.
Neat.
Did y'all ever play Duke Nukem?
Yes.
Negative.
You never played Duke Nukem?
No.
Bro.
That was the original Badass.
Yes.
I'm telling you, there's so
he
much
had a cigar.
that I was not able to do as a kid.
Did you play it on the computer?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what computer game I did used to play for hours and hours and hours?
Don't tell me it was the stupid
No,
game
it
you
was-
try to find the bomb.
I bet it was that one and then Trails. The Trail game.
Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail.
No, it was actually, there was this one really old Tomb Raider game, and
Tomb
then
Raider.
also Driver. I don't know if you remember that one, but literally all you could do is drive a car.
I can get down
Okay.
on Tomb Raider.
There is nothing
Okay,
else.
yeah.
No other like objectives other than don't get pulled over by the cops.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah. I remember playing Need for Speed, and like your goal was to get as many cops chasing you as
Like
possible.
Cruising USA was another fun game.
Yeah.
Or Rush. But I can
like-
get down on Tomb Raider.
I like games that allow for different modifications. Like one of the funnest ones that I ever did with a friend was on GTA. They had like a anti-gravity thing where you could like activate it while you're driving a car really fast, and then you just shoot off into like oblivion. Like,
Nice. Like games like
The one we were watching the video where the dude had the gun and he was shooting cars
he was
out of
shooting
his gun.
not just shooting at cars, like the bullets were cars.
You're like
And he
whole
was
cars.
launching like tanks at
games
people.
like that are fun.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Resident Evil?
No. I played Doom. If
Doom
that
was good.
gives
The
Doom
you-
movie
was good.
was
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
I've never seen the movie, but I had the video game was fun.
You know what video game I think was one of the scariest video games?
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill.
Yes, I knew that was
What's
coming.
that?
Bruh. Silent Hill was a video game that
made
haunts
into a movie.
your
Okay,
fears. Yeah.
I've heard the title.
Yeah, you can go watch the movie.
Yeah.
The movie's creepy.
Yeah.
Too, just to let you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's scary. Like,
Like imagine it came out. I can't remember when it comes out, but I wasn't that old. And you're just like,
yeah.
what the hell is
Yeah.
this?
They're supposed to be doing another one.
It would be nice.
I've watched some gameplay of like some newer VR games, like horror games for that.
Yes, bro.
I don't think I could.
I want to
Like,
get into some VR.
I don't need some scary bitch hopping out of me in the dark. Like
Bruh.
I've got enough issues. Like I don't need that PSD.
He's like,
Like,
I don't
virtual
need
reality games would be fun.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ones out already.
I really like the painting ones. Like that's such a me thing to say, but like you're literally in like your canvas basically.
Okay.
And you can paint like these 3D things with your remotes.
Yeah, that sounds so exciting.
It looks amazing. Well, I mean, I also really like reflex games too, like Guitar Hero.
Okay,
Because I'm so shit.
DJ Hero was better.
Bro, I couldn't just get into
I'm
it.
so shit at like point and shoots. Like I can't. I'm just bad at it.
Yeah.
But I could do the music stuff.
I could never do the guitar. I played the bass. Like when we lived in Missouri, we had the whole system, right?
Yeah.
And
Drums and all.
Yeah, and I could either play the bass or the drums. Like, and that
Who
was
always
it.
got guitar?
Just another guy, or they would just pass.
Oh.
But like literally, I was set. Like, don't touch the bass, don't touch the guitar. Whichever whichever one you're not gonna be, I'm gonna be, because that's really all I can keep up with.
Yeah.
You know what game was good? Have you played the new Spider-Man game for the PlayStation?
I haven't played the new Spider-Man.
That one's actually really good.
Wow.
You know what I wish they'd bring back? One of my two favorites was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Everybody loves Sonic.
If you don't, you're a commie.
They actually have the first or second one. They came out on Apple TV. Like you can
really?
play it on the remote.
That's dope. And Mega Man. I feel like Mega Man did not get enough play.
It didn't get a lot of love.
It didn't get as much respect. And they came out with like several. Like I just looked up this top 50 game from the 90s, and Mega Man's nowhere on there. None of them. Mega Man X,
How is
the
that
original.
even a thing?
Exactly.
Like what's on there? Like Earthworm Jim or something?
Earthworm Jim, bro,
I straight up thought you were making that up.
No.
You don't remember Earthworm Jim?
I don't think I ever
Holy
played that.
crap. It was about this earthworm in a spacesuit, and you had to
What
run
the hell?
around.
Yes.
Bro.
It was legit.
Yeah, it was fire though. It was a fire game. You could like take it and use him as a whip, use his head as a whip.
What?
Yeah, bro.
so
And then there
weird.
was what? Toe Jam and Earl?
Toe Jam and Earl.
Toe Jam and
I
Earl.
feel like I'm getting punked.
No, Crash
these are-
Bandicoot was a fun
I
game.
did play Crash
These are
Bandicoot.
serious games.
What was the game for Nintendo?
Oh man, I wish my uncle was here because there was some sound.
When you're the monsters destroying
Some sound.
The city?
Yeah.
They just made a movie on it. Rampage.
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 Yeah,
That
with
was
the
a-
gorilla and the
Yeah,
alligator or
Rampage
whatever.
was-
So on Toe Jam and Earl, there was this weird sound that, oh my god, my uncle loved it. I can't even.
Let's see if I can find it.
Did you ever
Yeah.
play Contra for Nintendo?
No. I don't
Contra
even know
was
what
my
that is.
game, bro.
Every 90s kid still knows the code to get infinity lives.
I don't.
Seriously?
Yeah, go
Up,
ahead.
down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
Wow, you're a loser.
Wow. Yeah. If I get you 99 lives, I'm a loser.
Okay, bro, do it again.
Was that it?
Yeah,
Sounds like he's sneezing.
yeah. I think that was no. There was another one. Do it, bro. Wow, how are you playing it?
It's just on YouTube.
What's the number
There was just
one
so
game
many.
on there?
Bro? And that's all Toe Jam and Earl, right?
Yeah. I've never even seen these characters before
No?
in my life. Okay, I'm done with that.
What'd you say?
What's the number one game on that?
That's what surprised me, because okay, so at number 50 they had Donkey Kong Country. So the number one game that this guy listed was Half-Life. It came out in 98.
I've heard of that. Isn't that the one where you like make a virus and you have to kill? Oh, this is a little too touchy for this.
No, the one you're talking about now is It's a game that everybody's like download. It's like #1 game right now.
See, but I don't like lists like that because
this is just some guy's list.
Cause I don't know, my games are way different than what he would like.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
curious,
you ever play? Wait, go ahead. You're curious.
I'm curious if there's a list that's compiled based on like sales. Like I want to know what people bought the most, not what this guy likes.
I know like Halo and Call of Duty are on top of those lists.
Yeah, especially Call of Duty now.
All the Pokemon games was fire too.
That's fair.
Collecting the Pokemons and all that.
I still I never played it as a kid, but I will straight up still play Pokemon Go.
But it didn't come out when we were kids.
It didn't have to. It's such an easy, mindless like time killer. I just appreciate it for that at least.
I never played. No, okay. So I downloaded Pokemon Go, and I was gonna play it, but every username I typed in was already taken, so I just deleted the app. It pissed me off. I was like, you know what? I'm not playing you. I'm done.
Wow. You should let them just pick you one.
It didn't give you that. I don't think it gave you that option. Yeah, and I wasn't gonna let it pick me no random one. What if I got something like eating booty or something?
So speaking of picking usernames, whenever I I don't know, probably 10 years or more, whenever I first created an Xbox account, it was just to play. Like I was on a trip to Colorado with my family, and they wanted me to play live with them, so I got the free month or whatever. The first name that it picked out for me was Austere Goblin. Why I remember that, I'll never remember it. And then my cousin changed it to Huntorius.
Okay.
And when I signed in the other day, that's what popped up, and I was like, "Oh crap! I can't change that."
Nope,
at all.
you're stuck with Huntorius. But Huntorius is good. I like Huntorius.
It's better than Austere Goblin.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Yeah,
what Modern Warfare are you playing? The new one?
Yeah, Isn't that what
the
it's
newest
called?
one? Yeah,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Warzone.
Is it pretty legit?
I've only done the first campaign, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I need to get that. I'm a big Call of Duty. I'm gonna get that game.
I need to start practicing more with the battle royale stuff. I did one round of it. I lasted my parachute, and I hit the ground, and I lasted 2.5 seconds. And
dang.
And I was like, yeah.
And with that one, it's once your game's done, you're done, right?
Yeah, until the next round starts. So you just sit there and you watch, you can.
Yeah, but they got that from Fortnite.
Even still, the concept is a lot of fun. I've had fun with other games like that.
I'm not a big Fortnite fan either.
Me either.
But Call of Duty Modern Warfare Warzone. All right, I'm gonna have to get that.
Yeah. What about Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Oh, I got down on some Pro Skater.
I still have some favorite songs from that.
Yeah.
From that game.
Yeah. That game did so good. Tony Hawk did so good that Six Flags came out with a roller coaster.
No kidding.
Yeah, it was boring.
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I remember that.
How
Yeah.
many games did he make? He made a lot of Tony Hawk games.
I only remember the one.
Yeah, I only remember one. I don't know. He may have did a lot, but nobody else cared about the other ones. Okay. You know which one is like a classic, but it was kind of boring?
Yeah.
Paperboy.
Yes, when you just riding around on your bike throwing that damn paper.
Right. I just remember trying to knock. Yeah. So you were on a bicycle.
Yeah.
And the goal was to deliver newspapers. And you were supposed to throw it and land it in the mailboxes. Right.
Okay.
So there was one where, you got a guy working on a car. He's under the car. And if you hit the car drop on him and you just see his legs shaking. So pretty much you just do damage the whole time. Get chased by a dog. I think there was where you get chased by a dog.
Y'all ready for this?
Okay.
There were 17 Tony Hawk games.
No way.
The Tony Hawk Pro Skater started in 1999. The series provided to be one of the most popular and best-selling video game franchise of the early 2000s.
Wow.
17 games.
Dang.
This is
I
one of
remember
those.
the first two.
I didn't even know that there was more than one.
It was Tony Hawk Pro Skater and Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and the second one you can be like Bam Margette and stuff like that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
This seems like one of those Mandela effect things.
You think so?
Like the Berenstain Bears.
Yeah.
It's never been Berenstain.
They say a new Tony Hawk.
What is it? It's not Berenstain Bears?
Whoops! This is not a thing I wanted to do. Sorry.
It's Bernstein.
No, definitely not that. It's So everybody remembers it as being Berenstain.
Yeah.
But it's apparently Berenstain.
Really?
Stain. Yeah, instead of Jewish.
Berenstain? I don't know.
And so there's this whole theory about the Mandela effect where some time traveler has adjusted teeny tiny details.
Yeah.
And we all remember the thing, but it's apparently been different this whole time. I feel like that's one of them.
Okay.
Like, we remember 1 or 2 of those games, and there's 17.
Yeah.
17, but like I said, I only played the 2. But they say a new one's coming out in 2020.
Oh, wow. I bet you
They're still coming out with them?
I guess this is the first one.
It's going to sell. It's going to sell. What about Tekken? Did you play Tekken?
Yes, and then I seen the movie Tekken.
Oh, God. Why did you have to bring that up?
Is that the one where the guy's daughter gets abducted?
No, that's Taken.
Tekken with Liam Neeson. You didn't like Tekken the movie? For a B-rated movie, it was good.
The man just... Okay, you know what? You're never coming back on this show.
But Tekken
Who thought that would
Do
be the
you
thing
feel
that
like
polarized
Tekken was
him?
better than Mortal Kombat?
No.
No?
And it wasn't better than Street Fighter.
I've never even
No?
played Tekken, and I will stand by it.
It's Tekken. Tekken.
That's what I said.
It's actually...
No, I just wanted you to
Oh, yeah.
understand it
Yeah.
wasn't.
You know what game I think it was...
I know what it is. I've just
You know what
never
game I
played
think was better than that? Soul Calibur.
You like Soul Calibur?
I like Soul Calibur.
I did play that one, and I played around the same time I was playing not Fate. Crap, I said it the other day. You could like kick chickens, and that would make you evil, or you could do...
Why are you kicking chickens?
You know what? Don't worry about it.
You know, just forget
Did you
it.
ever play Left 4 Dead on the Xbox?
No.
Left 4 Dead's pretty good.
Left 4 Dead's a good zombie game.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It came out on the original Xbox. About a group of people that's left in a zombie apocalypse.
Fable is the name of the one I couldn't remember.
Okay, I got you.
Earthworm Jim came out in 94.
I still don't think that's real.
It's 100% real.
But yeah,
Promise.
Left 4 Dead was a good zombie game.
Yeah.
So, okay, Warcraft. I didn't know Warcraft was so old.
Yeah, and huge.
This says
Like, it's
Warcraft
massive.
2 came out in 95.
Wow.
So when did Warcraft 1 come out? I didn't even know Warcraft
Probably
was
a
that
year or
old.
2 before that.
Probably, but I did not know Warcraft was that old.
Neither
Yeah.
did I. Like,
That's crazy. Is that another one that you do fantasies with?
I don't know.
I bet you. I guarantee it.
I think that one's more like the other games that we play more often now. It's like you loot and then you make a
Gotcha.
thing.
Village.
Like you make a village, yeah.
Gotcha. You know another game that to me was pointless, or I was just dumb and could never figure it out, was Spyro the Dragon.
I played that on Game Boy. You know what I'm realizing?
I didn't like it.
You didn't? Yeah, it was one of those where I just flew around, blew a little fire here, blew a little fire there.
Blue Wizard for some special powers.
It was pointless. Wow.
No,
That's what
I
you have
actually
to
enjoyed
do
that.
in Dungeons and Dragons.
No, you don't.
Definitely not ever gonna play that thing.
I'm pretty sure Walter was like, "Okay, you give me a good storyline."
I think it's crazy how much in this conversation I'm realizing that I've played video games over the years, even though I never owned them.
Right.
Or like rarely owned them. If I did, it was on a Game Boy or something for a short time. Like I didn't realize that I had that much interaction.
Yeah.
You ever play Gears of War?
Yes.
Gears of War was nice.
I
Gears
even
of
worked in
War.
an arcade and like still didn't play video
Are
games.
you serious?
Yeah. That was
You
like my
worked in an
second or
arcade?
third job. Yeah. Played lots of Guitar Hero and lots of it's not Walking Dead, but it's kind of like that. Basically it's a shooter game. You have an actual
In the
gun.
arcade, yes, I do
I know
remember
it's
that
the
one.
game
It
you're
was
talking
like the
about.
fourth one. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't really help. But I think there's a movie with the same title. I just can't remember what it's called.
I would love to work in an arcade.
You know,
You probably would. You would be that guy that's balding but still has a ponytail.
I'd be the guy behind the counter eating a Tootsie Roll.
Yep.
Yeah, with that ponytail
Because I like
that
Tootsie
only
Rolls.
grows in
and
the back of
somehow,
the
like
head.
still has Cheeto dust in the corner of your mouth. No, it was fun for a lot of things. Like especially when we had like employee parties and we would play all the time. But like, God forbid you have a headache and you have to go to work that day, and there's just nonstop noise and bells ringing and
but see, I would want like to own like an adult arcade.
Wait, what? I need you to elaborate.
he wants to own a Dave and Buster's where you can smash.
Well, I wouldn't say no, because people take their kids into Dave and Buster's.
I said where you could smash.
No, I'm not talking about smash or anything like that. Just a way for adults to go get away to play video games without their kids bothering them.
Sure,
that would be a big hit.
I can see that. I would like to own one. Like, see, there's this place in Dallas that we used to go to called Nickorama, where all the video games, you only use nickels. You cash in money and get nickels.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
And they were all nickels. Like, some cost 5 nickels or such and such, right? But the only bad thing about it is, like, I remember we used to get dropped off as a kid. Like, they would drop you off and just leave, right? No, hell no. You ain't doing that. No.
Oh, yeah. Having worked in one, like, you do kind of get turned into, like, a
babysitter.
Non-official glorified babysitter, yeah.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
No.
An adult arcade would be cool just for no kids under 21.
Right. What I would like to own.
With a bar in it.
Yeah, is a laser tag.
So that is the funnest part of working in the arcade that I worked at is we could play that whenever we wanted. I was there whenever we tore the entire thing down and redesigned the maze for it. Guess how much human shit we found?
Are you serious?
Inside that maze.
Are you for real?
People were taking dumps in there?
I wish I was kidding, dog.
Oh,
like there was almost like a utility closet. It was tall, so I don't know how people even got in there, but we had like some piping and stuff on the floor that we built the walls out of, basically. Okay. And just a big old bunch of human shit, just right there. So
people would just go up there and just shit.
Yeah, sure.
How would they wipe their ass? They just run around with itchy butt.
The second
or use their socks.
Mud butt.
The second crap story though that will forever be my favorite because it made me laugh so hard is this little girl. God bless the little girl. She didn't deserve it, but her mom certainly did. They were playing laser tag, and apparently before their party went in, the last party somebody took a dump on the floor.
Who just takes a dump on the floor?
Little kids in strobes, sometimes they don't mix. But the little girl was running and she was wearing flip-flops and her the flip-flop kind of slid out from her foot a little bit and I guess like her pinky toes or like the two on the right far side of her foot dipped into it and she walked out and she's like, I stepped in like all dramatic and like her mom was being such a bitch and I was like kind of.
But like, why are you acting like I'm the one that shitted on the floor, lady?
You know what I think though is better than laser tag? I want to get a group of guys together to go paintballing.
Yeah.
The
only thing is like with paintballing is way more expensive.
Well, not just that, but the pain lasts a lot longer.
But it's so fun.
That's true.
Yeah.
The adrenaline.
Yeah, unless you're like a little kid at this paintball thing where everybody else is way older than you and way better than you.
And pooping on the floor.
Yeah. Like I remember when I was a kid, we went to a paintball thing, right? And it was just me versus the guy that actually owned the paintball.
Oh, you're dead.
Yeah.
Immediately, you're dead.
Yeah, and it's funny because I'm like, I remember walking around looking for this guy, and then all I hear is, you're dead. And so I'd like literally jump and turn around, and as I do it, I hit the trigger, right? So I shoot the gun, and I watch the paintball go from my gun, like does this little circle thing, does this little thing, and hits the dude right in the neck. Pow! And I'm like, I won. And they're like, no, you lost. He said you're dead so that he didn't have to shoot you. And I was like, oh, well, I thought I won, but then how did it was still fun.
If you didn't know did you get shot and not know it? I guess?
No, he said you're dead, meaning I could have tagged you, but just go ahead and lay it down. And you know what's funny is like to this day, I still see that guy around town.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're that little guy that shot me in the neck.
I feel like I'm not so little anymore.
Yeah. What's up now, sucker?
That sounds like some non-disclosed terms of engagement. Like you gotta say, I'll tell you you're dead without shooting you.
See, I don't know. I would be like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot him anyway.
No, you are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just paintballing's fun because
paintballing is fun.
I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but you just the adrenaline and just go up a bunch of kids. And
Wait, did you just have a stroke?
Gotcha.
What were you doing to these kids?
just saying a bunch.
What are you doing to these kids?
Shut up.
Yeah, he's like, oh, just me and the kids finna go on a camping site and blase blase.
Okay, so kind of, I guess, in closing here, one of the things that I have so appreciated about, I mean, mostly I've experienced it from the social media side with like Vine and things, but what I really, really like is even just today I was playing that Sea of Thieves game and some kid was like telling me how to do stuff, and it just reminded me like the sense of community that people get from these video games. Like I've heard stories of this guy that had cancer and has been playing with this group of dudes that lived all over and never met him, and then like when he was on his deathbed they all came, and it was like this huge emotional thing. Like that's so cool.
That's cool, but then you also get those little bastards that try to cuss at you and talk about your mom.
Right, but we're not talking about those guys.
I'm just saying, watch out for them.
Right.
Because I've been kicked off Xbox because of that.
Yeah. But it's just cool, like, how it can create, like, a community of like-minded people and really grow, like, familial bonds.
Yeah.
No square, no, don't touch me there. This is a no square. What are you doing? You ready? You're a no square, dog. Yeah.
Excuse me?
So that is a skit off of one of the virtual reality games. Kind of got me really interested in it. So that like there's this whole world that you live in, and it's virtual reality, and,
like
and
The
it's
Sims?
like somewhat, I guess, and like people can just join in, and it's almost like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Except there's nothing else to do, I guess. You're not robbing people. You're just like in a virtual reality with a bunch of people that have made up characters.
Is it called like VR chat?
Is it VR chat?
Yeah.
I don't know. But that was one of the things that shows this guy sitting on top of a building in a chair and he's singing.
No, don't touch me there.
These are my no squares. Yeah.
No, don't touch me there.
Then this other random guy walks up.
What are you doing? You ready? You're a no square, dog. Yeah.
And then he literally picks up the guy and throws him off the building.
One of the funniest ones I've seen is this character walks up and it looks like Baby Yoda. And he's like, he just me, like making these little cutesy noises, and then all of a sudden he's like, molest me.
Really? Yeah. So it's a virtual reality chat?
Yeah, like you're in there and there's a billion different characters, right? And then like you just walk up to people, and I guess by proximity you start hearing their conversations. And
you can talk to them and interact, and you're in a virtual reality. So.
Yeah.
But how does it work? You just sit at home and you put those glasses over your eyes and...
Pretty much.
And you have a no square, and they can't touch you there.
Molest me.
He says, no. That's hilarious. I'm kind of interested in getting into that.
Yeah. But it's cool that you can create a place for nerds to like.
Is it a safe place?
Yeah, well,
absolutely
clearly
not.
There's a no square. Yeah,
absolutely not.
But do they have like Call of Duty and stuff for virtual reality?
I don't know.
I'm sure there's so they do have those. Like we played that VR game at it was legit.
Yeah,
where like you're standing in your own little area. And it looks like you're in a giant room and you're just like shooting at things coming at you.
They should really put a heart monitor on you.
No kidding.
Because we're in there and we're shooting, right? And I mean, it's like literally.
You just hold up a fake gun with your hands?
No, you have a gun. They give you a gun. Okay. And so we're in there, we're shooting. We chose the zombie one, which they didn't look like zombies, but whatever. And they're coming at you, and from behind, I get attacked. Bro, when I turn around, it's like this giant robot attacking me. My heart dropped out of my chest as if it was real. Bro.
I did not expect it to look so incredible.
Yeah.
Like, you're in it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was nuts. But they also have that one where you have to wear these special, like, socks that are super... slippery, I guess, or like they're frictionless, I guess, and you're on a platform that is kind of bowl shaped, like a shallow bowl, and you actually you walk, like you're harnessed by your waist, so you don't move, but you move, like you walk and you crouch and you can do everything. You can run. It's nuts. I want one so bad, but I swear they're probably like $200,000. Like,
bro, and I would call into work just to play that way.
Oh yeah,
they'd be like, "What you doing, Zerk?" I'm killing shit.
I'm sick.
I need a virtual reality fishing game. Bruh.
Sure.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like, you can pick the Amazon or...
You're right. I can.
But it would never take the place of real fishing, right?
No, heck
Nothing
no.
takes the place of real fishing.
Heck no.
Don't be silly.
I heard sex is like cool though. No,
Yeah, but,
It'll never take the place of fishing.
but it's not fishing.
Ever.
sure.
Ever. You could do both, though. You can have sex while fishing.
You can hook a girl by the mouth.
Just
I
saying,
am done with that.
You with a bunch of guys with your poles in the water.
I
Oh,
don't want
okay.
this conversation
You
anymore.
with a bunch of
I
guys.
still want to
should-
know what you're
about to-
doing with them kids.
Grab a bucket, double gunshot.
Yeah. Anyway,
Love that.
ladies and gentlemen, we love you guys. It is about that time. So, hey, Walter, it was fun having you back, bro.
Appreciate it.
I'm glad you're
Anytime.
here. All right, guys, look us up. I Don't Know Bro podcast
Yeah.
on everything.
On everything. IDK Bro Podcast. Hit us up on the Gmail. I don't know bro podcast at gmail.com. Text us or call us at 210-420-2373. Or if you want to be a supporter, we'll shout you out. And that's on the Cash App at IDK Bro Podcast as well.
Yes.
So we thank you guys. We love you all so much.
If you have questions about the podcast, write them in the comments. We read your name and the question and answer it to the best of our knowledge.
I'm gonna touch
Love you.
I'm gonna touch your butt.
Bye, guys.